Hello and welcome to the HI UK Select monthly video update for January 2025. I'm Paul Marriage of Premier Miton. This was an interesting month. At the beginning of the year, there was a very negative sentiment about the UK. People were concerned about government policy, the inability to get the economy to grow in the UK and the impact that might have on taxation and ultimately bond issuance. And we saw UK bond yields spike up quite aggressively. It's a bit of a market spook. We've had these before, but it definitely led to a pretty negative sentiment start to the year for the UK market. As the month went on, there was a sense that government perhaps had been listening, and we had a lot more positive commentary on growth and the announcement of some quite significant infrastructure projects. Not all of them brand new, but the kind of thing that people like in a pro-growth type economic environment, e.g. airport expansion, infrastructure improvements, and a return to perhaps thinking about some of the growth areas in the southeast of the UK, like the Oxford-Cambridge arc. So we had a funny kind of U-shaped month in many ways. And at the beginning, the month for indices and like global indices was quite weak, and at some extent a bit of a US tech sell-off. Middle of the month, there was the DeepSeek Chinese AI announcement, which kind of spooked tech stocks, probably less of an impact for us, but a lot of global noise. And then at the back end of the month, the sense that perhaps the UK, in amongst all of this noise, wasn't a bad place to be. Clearly, since the month end, we've now had to deal with tariffs as a new issue, which I'll touch on later. It was a good month for the fund, again, and despite a slightly slow start, we gained the kind of momentum we've been enjoying now for a couple of years, where a broad range of alpha stock selection has contributed to a good overall result for the month. Our winners generally were, I would say, long-term growth stocks on perhaps slightly reduced valuations. So see something like 4imprint, a big distributor of marketing materials, predominantly US exposed business, was particularly good this month. Or Spirax, which is a UK global leading steam and steam management business for use in industry. Great long-term record, tough couple of years, high quality business fundamentally, and probably getting back into growth. So they were the kind of things that won for us. On the long book. On the short book, we had, I guess, our standout winner on the short book was probably Inchcape, the global car distributor. The global car market is difficult. Inchcape's no exception to that. So that was a good short win for us. Had been a bit of a love into recovery there, which reversed on that announcement. In terms of things that didn't go quite so well for us, on the long book, Puma, the German-based international apparel brand, Puma, we think, is a really good recovery story. I guess we probably just got it a bit early. This last statement, the new CEO coming in wasn't great. Expectations were cut again. So perhaps our entry timing there hasn't been brilliant. But we think there's still a pretty strong turnaround opportunity there, albeit now from a lower base. In the UK, we struggled a little bit with consumer names such as Marks & Spencer. Been a really good stock for us last year, but a little bit of the consumer headwind catching it this year. We still think there's some great fundamental self-help that Marks can do, but this month wasn't such a good month for them in the stock market in terms of market perception of how the UK consumer is going to bear up. So overall, the usual combination of longs and shorts giving us that positive return, a lot of work, a lot of stock ideas coming into the portfolio. So as we look into February, we've started with a lot of noise, a lot of market noise and concern around tariff announcements. I guess the way we look at this is generally noise, volatility, uncertainty are all things that create stock picking opportunities, and this fund thrives on long and short stock picking opportunities. So we don't go into this with great trepidation. It's a new challenge. We've had lots of new challenges over the last 5 years. And as long as we remain diligent to the opportunities long and short, we will continue to try and deliver positive returns for you. Thanks again for your support this month, and I really look forward to updating you in 3 or 4 weeks' time.